At 9 years old, the future that he has already realized would have been inconceivable for Mike Tyson. From the streets of Brooklyn to a juvenile delinquent school in upstate New York, Mike Tyson was more apt to become a criminal than a champion. In 1980, however, at the age of 13, he first displayed the interest and power to be a boxer, and he was introduced to legendary trainer Cus D'Amato. A father-son relationship developed, as did the birth of a great fighter.
I don't know if it's born to be a champion, but I have that in mind, but I'm at least born to be a fighter.
By 15, he was already known for his quick and paralyzing knockout punch, such as only 9 seconds in the first round of his Junior Olympic Championship. As an amateur, he was exciting. As a pro, devastating.
But a fellow with this type of competitive spirit, plus the knowledge that he has gained and the punching power, I can't see him lose.
But he wouldn't see enough. Cus D'Amato, the most influential person in Tyson's life, died shortly after his 10th pro fight.
Cus always strived. He said you could be the champ, even at a young age. And I believed in him. I developed that kind of confidence in him. And we just made it, that was the destiny, no matter whatever happened. And he discussed times that he wasn't feeling well and he doesn't think he's going to be around. But he said no matter what, the job must go on.
Over the next 21 months, that destiny was achieved. Tyson became the youngest heavyweight champion in history, and then the holder of all 3 heavyweight titles.
My mission is to go and destroy and not to let anything get involved. If you get punched, you get hurt. I refuse to be hurt, knocked down, and knocked out. I can't lose. I refuse to lose.
Along with fame and fortune came the bliss of marriage and expected fatherhood, and also some problems. They began in March when Tyson's co-manager, Jim Jacobs, died of leukemia. Jacobs had not only become a big brother figure, but the champion's foremost protector.
When Jimmy was around, nobody wanted to come around me because it was forbidden to even come around me. Jimmy wasn't allowed. Now everybody wants to come around me and say, oh, I can do this way, I can help you this way.
Since Jacobs' death, conflict has arisen behind the scenes. Is the new Mrs. Tyson and/or Don King trying to lure him away from his longtime manager, Bill Caton?
Situations which occur here is really not a problem. Everyone else makes bigger issues than what they really are. You know what I mean? Don King's not my manager. Bill Caton's my manager. He's going to always be my manager as long as I'm fighting. Don King's my promoter.
There's a downside to his celebrity. For example, this story about a car accident said to have occurred during a domestic quarrel with his wife.
If something gets out of hand, I guess it gets put in the paper. You know what I mean? People are so ludicrous. They're out of their mind. You just have to look at the statements, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's unbelievable.
Whatever the case, at this point in time, Mike Tyson should have only one thing in mind: Michael Spinks. But is that the case?
And I believe in my mind, I'm the only one that's level-headed. Everybody else is losing their mind. Everybody else is paranoid. And even whatever I do, it's going to be my decision. Because I break my leg, we all stop getting paid. And even though we're friends, the main issue here is money. This is a business. Everybody wants to make money. Don't care if I have 50 million in the bank or 20 million. Everyone could always use a dollar.
Yes, a breathtaking figure that most of the human race couldn't even dream of. And there'll be yet more to come if Tyson keeps winning. But this time, the man lurking in his way is another fighter who's never been beaten, Michael Spinks.
Michael Spinks isn't an ordinary fighter.
I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I don't want to go here. I know y'all thought I was cracking up, eh?
His style is intelligently unorthodox. His approach to life, as well as boxing, is unusually open-minded. The combination has brought him to the top of his profession.
As a kid, I did a lot of things a certain way, and a lot of things didn't work out. So when I did try to do something a little different, I learned that it works better.
He learned a lot in the ghettos of St. Louis. When older brother Leon would beat someone up, the victim frequently sought vengeance against the smaller Michael. Eventually, they both became fighters, and in 1976, they became the first brothers to win gold medals in the same Olympics. In 1981, after taking time off to help his brother, Michael became light heavyweight champion. 2 years later, he had to deal with the death part of life. Suddenly, he was a single parent.
When Michelle would ask me, where's her mommy? Where's Sandy? And right then and there, I couldn't hold on, and I would break down. That was more difficult for me to deal with than anything else.
2 months after the tragedy, Spinks went through what was his hardest fight until then. He defeated the dangerous Dwight Braxton to become the undisputed light heavyweight champion. But for the real big bucks, like all light heavyweights through history, he would have to fight a heavyweight, the dominant heavyweight champion Larry Holmes. But since no light heavyweight champion had ever won the heavyweight title, Spinks chose to move up in weight through an unorthodox training program.
I feel well equipped for what I have to do so far. And I know, I mean, as weeks pass or days go by, I'm getting better. I'm getting stronger. I'm feeling better.
At 200 hard pounds, Michael Spinks was a legitimate heavyweight. But when the bell rang, it was his heart and skill that really mattered most. In one of boxing's big upsets, Spinks ended Larry Holmes' 7-year reign. He won by a unanimous decision.
You can't ever succeed in life or ever do anything in your life if you don't try. So I say I'm going to try.
The creation of the Heavyweight Unification Series brought Holmes and Spinks together again. 6 months later, the rematch was held. Spinks again was the underdog, and again the winner, this time in a very controversial decision. In the last 2 years, he has only fought twice, a total of 9 rounds. Here in a 4th-round knockout of Stephen Tankstead, followed by another KO of a lumbering giant, Jerry Cooney, which is why some supporters still see Spinks as the champion. His record, 31-0. Tyson's 34-0.
June 27th will be a very sad day for anybody.